break me down. They build me up.
And I think what you're saying is it's not a decision. You're not going from moment to moment saying, "Oh, I'll put you in charge of my situation, or me." These are really, as you would say, non-conscious processes that are
Yep.
happening. Where does that develop? Like the tendency, I heard like the degree to which, or like in general, are you feeling it more? Like, is there a developmental process where we develop and internalize that, or
Yeah.
externalize responsibility? Like, how does that work from a developmental perspective?
Sure. Great question. So, from the developmental perspective, we think about where our beliefs and perceptions, like how do we form beliefs and perceptions? So, actually, you kind of hit on it. Our very earliest and strongest beliefs and perceptions about ourselves, the world, other people, life in general happen when we're very young. And the reason they do isn't because, a lot of people hear that and think, oh, here we go. We're going to blame the parents. Not at all. But when you come into the world, you're a clean slate. You're a blank iPod, right? You got nothing other than the fear of loud noises and falling. That's all you have, right? That's what psychologists have shown. And what happens is something has to go into our brains. And we'll talk a minute about the two parts of how the mind works. Something has to go in that helps us shape our beliefs, experiences, and perceptions for survival. And whatever got there first and that has been there a long time is very strong. So that's why children learn new languages so easily, because it goes right into their autonomic processing system. It literally, or a movie, ever when a kid can just say a whole line of a movie and they don't even have to memorize it. It's just like they know. So they're much more neuroplastic, much more malleable. So that's why developmentally, from when we're 0 to 5, maybe 0 to 7, the stuff that got there during that time, if we had beliefs about money, if our parents had beliefs about things, if the world, we didn't distinguish between what was our belief and what was people's beliefs around us. It just went in as data. And if we never go back and refresh that data file or decide what do we want instead, because that may not be working for where we want to go, then we're going to operate from that point. And that's when things feel out of control. But to your question, when I began this research, I thought as a business person, as a lawyer, as an academic, as someone with, like you said, few degrees, few graduate degrees, I could analyze this and find it in my brain because I'm, got a really good conscious brain. But when you look at neuroscience and you read things like Daniel Kahneman's Thinking Fast and Slow, you recognize we are a dual processing system. So I have my little metaphor here. We're a compass and a magnet. Our minds work like this. And the compass is like 5 to 10%. This is our rational, conscious mind, the one that sets goals, that says, come on, I just got to get over this, or I'm just not going to eat that second piece of cake. It's the conscious, rational brain. And it's 5 to 10%. And that's so hard for people to get. It was hard for me. And then you have the subconscious automatic processing system. And this is 90 to 95%. And where am I getting these numbers? You can go on my website, you look at the research and resources, and I'm giving you a range. A lot of people would say 5 and 95, but I'll even broaden it a bit. The bottom line is this is the majority of the patterns and programs. And this is why things feel out of control. So when you are, this part of the brain will attract or repel what is in alignment with it. So that's why as you move through the world and you set a goal that you're going to be financially wealthy, or you're going to have a great job or a great relationship, there might be beliefs and perceptions that are here that fight against that we're not even aware of. But we see patterns show up and we go, something must be here that is drawing me to unavailable or abusive or dramatic people in my life or situations. It isn't external to me. It isn't these people. It's I'm finding myself in this place for a reason. So once you embrace this, the work we do in Locus Mindset is with this part of the brain.